Good morning. At 7 a.m. We are packing up. What is it? What a crazy night. When we first got here last night, we were picking our spot, and then all of a sudden the wind picked up, trees were going everywhere, thunder and lightning storm hit real fast. We had the train going by all night. It was just, yeah. Anyway, so we have about 4.5 miles till we hit that Appalachian market, where we can get some like actual snacks and things to get us through till we get to our resupply box. So I'm looking forward to that because we've been, like I said, it was hard. We had cooked stuff left, and it's hard when it's hot to just sit and cook. Not to mention the timing, it takes a little bit more time, and so plus, yeah, so we just weren't feeling that great lately, and hopefully this will, and plus the heat, even when you can eat, sometimes it's hard to eat when it's hot, other than small snacks and stuff. But so we're gonna get ourselves there and try to get ourselves reset. And then we'll go from there. So I'm not sure what today is going to bring. I haven't really looked ahead for the elevation. I do know we're climbing for a little bit, right first thing this morning. And the water, we thought it was a little bit farther, but it's not that bad. The water is in about a little over a mile. Igloo did come last night. He had some extra water too, so we're fine for water for this morning. Anyway, okay, I'll show you how the day goes. Okay, I've got about 2.4 to the market. I think I just have a little bit more climb. I think I've finished most of the climb so far. And then kind of walk across the top and head down into the market. So Faith has gone ahead so she can get started with charging because we're out of battery. And so she's going to get that started, get Garmin going, her battery pack, and then I'll do mine when I get there. And we'll have something good to eat. I mean, this morning, when you get down to the last little nitty gritty and you don't have any convenient stuff, you'd be surprised at how you make things work out. Sometimes it's better that way, because then you finish up the stuff that's in your bag. And so I did have What's Health. The only thing that's actually gonna probably give me any good energy was my protein and super greens powder. I used quite a bit of it, so it should have given me between 20 and 30 grams of protein plus servings of super greens. And then I didn't even heat it up. I just mixed cold water and some salt in with instant mashed potatoes, and ate that in there because I have to have solid food on my belly to take my NSAID for my arthritis. So that's what I had for breakfast. And then at least I think I covered the bases with the protein, the greens, and then the potatoes. So, but we'll see what it's like at that market. Okay, the stop at the Appalachian market was a success. We did get stuff somewhat charged up. The outlet wasn't that great. The power supply is not their fault or anything. Just charges slow and kind of was in and out, but we got enough to get us through today until we get to the next place we could charge tomorrow. And then we got a lunch, and all I had been craving, I just wanted meat and fruit. So I was able to get spare ribs that really had nothing on them other than a few spices and a bowl of fruit that Faith and I shared. So I was really happy with that. Faith had a cheeseburger and some onion rings and then some fruit. And we got enough resupply to get us until we get to our box, which should be sometime on Tuesday. This is Sunday. And I even, my bag, even though I only got enough for a couple of days, my bag is a little bit heavier because I got a couple of things. I got a large orange and a banana, because I just wanted real food to take out with me. So that's what we did, but it was a great place, great food. They had lots of resupply stuff for us. There is a water tap outside and a plug-in outside, picnic tables outside. We had all our stuff hanging, laid out to dry out on the grass, and they allow all that stuff. So, and there was a bunch of, it was all hikers that was outside. So, yeah, so it was a great stop. We're back on trail now. It's probably going to rain again today. The weather isn't looking that great. I thought Faith read that we were under a flood warning. We got, I think there was 12 mils of rain over the past 24 hours and expected to get maybe 22 over this 24 hours. So, but we're going to keep pushing and see how far we get today. It's got to be going on 1 o'clock now, and that's all we got done was got to the market, which was 4.5 miles, and then got that. There was some trees that came down in that wind last night. We're seeing a lot of fresh branches and stuff down. Today hasn't been too bad. There's been a few sections like this, and a few sections that are more like trail. So it's kind of a mixed bag. It's a little bit humid. Doesn't feel quite as hot as it's been. But I think there is still supposed to be some storms maybe coming in, some rain coming in. So we'll see how much we get in before that hits. But so far, all in all, today has been a better day. We actually got some real food in us, got some resupply. We've had enough water, so we're feeling a little bit better. Igloo's with us, and so it's helping to cheer Faith up a bit. He's a pretty funny guy. He makes her laugh. So, and then we had fun sitting and chatting with another hiker named AT, and it always makes you feel better when you're talking to other hikers, and especially when they're telling you that they were struggling too. It's not that you like that they're struggling. It's just that, yeah, we got a little bit of trauma bonding going on. So yeah, so it did make today is a little bit better day. So we're less than a mile from camp. Igloo's already there. We are camping at a water site tonight. So it's nice because we will have water. But it's also, I had read in the comments that the mosquitoes are really bad. And Igloo is already there. And he's suggested that once we get in our tent, we do not get out. But so we have a plan, which is like, normally this is if we have water at camp, this is the plan. Faith usually sets up the tent, I get the water, and we get things going that way. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and we'll filter inside the tent if we have to. And that's just to make it easier, because once we start getting eaten alive, we're going to be itchy. That's something I'll show you. Let's see if you can see my legs. Everybody, some of them are more tan than mine, so you don't show, but everybody has heat rashes. And I think it's not just heat rashes, it's salt rash. Like your shirts you've got on, these sun shirts, and the salt and sweat rubs your skin almost like a burn, and everything's rash. Your legs are rashed. It's not just mosquitoes, it is sweat, it's dirt, it's you name it on you. And so you get very itchy. You get in the tent at night and you just take a little wet cloth or a wet wipe, try to wipe yourself up and clean it to help a little bit, and put on anti-itch stuff if you can, and anything you can do to help with the itchiness. Those cold showers at the beach thing the other day were really nice, and washed everything off and washed up our clothes, and so we were gonna take advantage of those things whenever we can get them. But last night when we got to camp, we were just getting set up, and this wind came in, and the trees were whipping in every direction. They were literally circling. Luckily, it only lasted about 15 minutes for the wind part, and then it turned into the thunderstorm and the rain. But that wind kind of scared us. There was no warning it was coming. Just boom, it hit. I was actually looking for some rocks or something that we could tuck behind. But I think, luckily, like we have seen a lot of damaged trees down and stuff today. And we heard that park that has the zoo and that at it, the zoo and the pool, that their power was out today. So there was some damage from that windstorm and the lightning storm. But yeah, it was scary, but we could see the trees that were whipping around above us. Like there was no really loose branches, nothing was coming down. So we did decide just to get into our tent and ride it out, and we were fine, obviously. But then the rain started and it poured. Like you could see the puddles of water outside the door frames, and it was so quick. But yeah, so tonight, and it was calling for the rain could have started at 4:00, and it hasn't hit yet, and it's after 6. Now, when we get to camp here, this will be 15 miles. We could have gone, technically, we could have gone to the 19. There's a shelter in 19. Probably would have been getting in 8:30. But we're tired. So we both made the decision that no, we need to stop at this one, be in the tent at a reasonable time, and actually get some sleep. We've been pushing through this weather, and it's just been rough days. And last night it was 8:00 when because we had gotten all lost and turned around, and the rocks were so bad and the heat was so bad yesterday. And so it was I think it was 8:00 when we actually were setting up our tent and getting in our tent, and that storm hit. So no, tonight we're going to get in reasonable time. We should be there before 6:30 and get into our bed and actually try to settle down and get some sleep. It's important that we don't miss, we've got to take care of ourselves. If we push too hard, we're not actually going to gain anything. That was what was happening in the heat. We went from 20 down to 16 to 14 to 12, and then we were just barely getting through it. So tonight we're gonna we both felt pretty good today. Once we got caught up and actually had some good food and got moving, and so we felt pretty good today. So if we get some sleep tonight, we'll be even better tomorrow. But anyway, unless there's something to show you at camp, I'll see everybody tomorrow.